Bray Wyatt has been made an offer by a new wrestling promotion. Plus, a top free agent signs with AEW, and a former WWE and AEW star has been booked for a major MMA event. It's all in the wrestling news right now. The wrestling world is talking about Wyndham Rotunda, aka Bray Wyatt, as we head headlong towards Extreme Rules on Saturday. Ooh. He is on the lips of everybody. It's as we've said, there's something about this B show for WWE that really feels like something's going to pop off.
I mean, I think with all the teasers and everything of the White Rabbit stuff, not to mention just Extreme Rules now having a lot of stipulations that you would assume would be a regular part of an Extreme Rules show, right? And we're actually finally getting that too. So I think a lot of people are very excited to see what WWE pull off with this.
Yeah, and whether or not we do see the return of Bray Wyatt to WWE. Having said that, on Wrestling with Freddie Prinze Jr.'s podcast, he's been talking about plans to start a new wrestling promotion. He's got a script, he's got producers on board, he just needs a tele company to buy into it. And he revealed that he'd put out an offer for Bray Wyatt to join his company. He said, I have put out an offer to Bray Wyatt, and I think it's a creative offer. Financially, I wouldn't be able to compete with WWE, but I put other things in there that are more important to Bray. I don't think I'm going to get it as the weeks go on, but we will see. I mean, as Freddie says there, like money you can't match with WWE, but you can offer things that money can't buy: creative freedom, creative integrity.
Yeah, of course.
And Freddie Prinze Jr., former WWE writer, well trusted amongst a lot of wrestlers as well. So not a bad shout if he was at a loose end. But I don't think he is.
I don't think he is. I think it's a very good sort of strategy, if it is even a strategy really, for Freddie Prinze Jr. to talk about Bray Wyatt at this time as well, especially at a time where he wants to get his wrestling promotion off the ground, get a little bit more buzz around his promotion as well, talking about Bray Wyatt. I think that's a very good idea. We know Bray is a very creative soul, a very creative mind. I think we saw pictures of him at the Universal lot, perhaps leading to people, perhaps leading to people think maybe he's doing a film or something. And you can see he does have a very cinematic eye when we see his promos and everything as well. How much of an input he had into those at WWE, who knows? But you can very much see Bray wanting to get into the weeds of all that kind of stuff to really portray his character in the way that he wants it to be portrayed. So giving him a little offer like that, I think, is a very good thing to do. I wonder if that is something that WWE has done now to entice him back. If he does come back as well,
creative freedom plus a big bag of money.
Oh, absolutely.
Here's both of these things. And also, it's quite a nice way of sort of trying to sound out whether or not Bray is coming back on Saturday. And it does give me an idea. I'm just going to tweet Bray Wyatt to see if he wants to go for a pint on Saturday. And then if he tweets back and goes, sorry, mate, I'm not free.
Oh, got you.
That's it. I've cracked it.
You've got him.
Super sleuth. Tom Campbell.
Like Sherlock Holmes, aren't you?
I am the Sherlock. Hey, Bray, do you want to go for a pint? Nah, mate, I'm busy. Oh!
I take a sip on my pipe.
Cracked it, mate, cracked it. Now, in amongst the chaos backstage at AEW Dynamite, which we talked about at length in our first news video today, there were some returns to the program, which we will get into shortly, but we have a new signing as well, don't we, Andrew?
We do. So Fightful Select reporting that former Ring of Honor World Champion Bandido has agreed to terms with All Elite Wrestling. Bandido obviously debuted for the company on short notice in a Ring of Honor World title match on the 28th of September Dynamite episode in a losing effort to Chris Jericho, but my goodness, was that match very, very good.
So good. We
haven't heard that Bandido has officially signed, but he was offered a deal last week, and those close to him say that he's agreed to terms. And I think that's a phenomenal get for AEW. I know we talk about, perhaps there being too many people on the roster at the moment, but I feel like Bandido is someone who really proved themselves in that match against Chris Jericho. I think Jericho's been having phenomenal matches, but I do think Bandido carried a lot of that match, personally. And that is not to absolutely crap on Chris Jericho at all, because he was very good in that match as well. But really exciting to see if we get a lot more Bandido on TV.
I imagine this is like an investment for when Ring of Honor gets his own thing. You have Bandido focus on there. We've talked a bit about like the roster size and stuff, and how some people get left out in the shuffle. Well, we had 3 people return last night for the first time in a long time. 2 AEW Dynamite, so we're not counting Rampage and other things, but 2 Dynamite itself. FTR appeared on Dynamite last night, saving Wardlow and Samoa Joe from the Embassy. They haven't been on Dynamite since, I think, before All Out.
Yes.
Which has been a long
God,
time.
that's a long time.
It's a long time. They've been busy boys.
They've got 3 other sets of championships, don't they? So,
but they were sort of conspicuous by their absence for a while. Brian Cage also returned last night. Brian Cage, who hasn't been on Dynamite in a wrestling capacity since September last year.
I think last night he proved why he should be on TV a lot more. That match with Wardlow was really good. 2 big men busting out like Hurricane Ranas. Cage was off to go and do a Tiger Feint kick and everything. There was all sorts going off. I think they really worked together. They have really good chemistry, Wardlow and Brian Cage.
Right, yeah. Brian Cage, who touts himself as the longest, touted last night as the return of the longest top guy hiatus in AEW. Very much put himself back in the shop window last night.
I hope so. Again, someone who I guess you kind of, when you don't see people on TV as much, I think you forget, obviously, how good they are. And I think Brian Cage really proved how good he is. And yeah, the chemistry with Wardlow, if we get to see that matchup a little bit more, I'm all for that.
Let's keep the good AEW news a-rolling, shall we? Lord knows sometimes we need it. Not everybody is livid in AEW right now. Tony Khan was saying some very nice things about his relationship with MJF, wasn't he?
He was. So he was speaking to Variety and he said, it's very professional. He's been part of AEW from day one. He's one of the most important stars on our TV show. Whether you love MJF or hate MJF, I think he's one of the wrestlers who's connected with the audience in recent years and made himself a star. He's also had the company behind him to help build and support him. I think that he is the total package of everything it takes to be successful in pro wrestling. I think he has it all. He's a really important part of AEW.
And I agree.
Yeah.
I think MJF is a big part of them going forward. In amongst all of what's been going on lately, like there have been some green shoots coming through of wrestlers who are like AEW originals, who have really come through. We can't not talk about the Acclaimed,
of course,
who were put together on AEW, and have become like one of the most popular tag teams, one of the most popular acts there.
Yeah, absolutely,
and that's amazing to see. MJF, without a doubt, a future AEW world champion. When that time comes, that's going to be an exciting time. Feel like
it's coming soon. I can feel it.
I feel like we may have nearly had it by now had CM Punk not had a muffin and got very cross in a press conference. We might have had it by now. But yeah, it's definitely something you can feel in the waters, isn't it? You can
of course.
That change are coming. We'll end on some news about a mystery WWE and AEW star, former WWE, former AEW star, who is set to compete on the undercard of Floyd Mayweather versus Deji, which is the fight happening at the Coca-Cola Arena in Dubai on November the 13th. So this is a mystery star touted as a former WWE, AEW, and ROH competitor. Claimed that this mystery person is the first to sign for a major combat sports organization since CM Punk signed with the UFC in 2014. They put that silhouette up. It's Bobby Fish.
It looks like Bobby Fish.
It is Bobby Fish. They've taken a Bobby Fish JPEG and just blacked it out.
Just put it on
it's
there.
Bobby Fish. You don't do that. You use a generic wrestler.
You do.
That's how you do the mystery thumb. Ask us. We do it all the time.
All the time.
Get a generic wrestler so no one can guess who it is by the outline.
I will gladly take my hat off and just stand there, and you can have just the most generic.
Do that now. Do that now. Take your hat off. Take your hat off. Stand. There you go. Yeah, go cut round him.
There you go. That's it.
Cut
That's all you need.
him.
That's all you need.
There's your generic thumbnail. Just don't you give him Bobby Fish away. Fish is currently working in Impact in a position. In his position, you can take a gig like this and go and pop and do that. Don't quite know the measure of the fight. Obviously, MMA is kind of the overarching thing. MMA and combat sports across the board. So whether he's going to put some pads on and someone a shoe in.
I'm like, is he just doing it to
make money?
Have a go at Punk as well. Make money too, but be like, hello, CM Punk.
Oh,
I can actually do this.
Do you think it's a really long dig at Punk?
I mean, I feel like I think there's a bit of that in there for sure. That's my 2 pence at least.
Sat on the plane to Dubai, going, "This is gonna be a brilliant rib on Punk when I get there."
I've got him now.
I've got him now. Would I drink? Yes, please. Coffee, please. I've really got him
Comes
now.
back with a black eye. I've got him.
Sat at the airport back in the US, waiting for his bag to come through with a black eye and a broken rib. I showed him. Love you, Bobby Fish. Really.
Yes.
For the latest wrestling news throughout the day, check out Cultaholic.com and check the YouTube channel right now for 9 pitches for Extreme Rules this weekend. If you want to know how to bring back Bray Wyatt, watch Andrew's pitch for that. It is phenomenal.
Bless you.
It's a good one. And check out predictions, live reactions, and what happened at to Extreme Rules across the next few days as well on this very YouTube channel. Kiss.
Love you. Bye.